Okay, we are back with another unboxing.
Where you can see it before you buy it.
Unboxing, and depending which one first, we just unboxed a Kicker flat sub, and now we're doing a Kicker amp, and we're gonna get deep in this. Make sure you hit that like button right now. Share this out if you haven't done it, subscribe. And hit that bell so when we get new videos up, you can see it. We are going a little bit deeper on unboxing so you can see, almost feel what you're buying before you buy it. This is the Kicker 800 watt amp. This is the CXA8001T, normally $299, but they're on sale right now for tax season for $239. But depending on when you see this video, standard price is $299. You say, wow, $299 for an 800 watt? Well, a couple things too. If you do buy a Kicker amp kit with the Kicker amp, you get an extended year warranty, so you get 2 years. Keep that in mind. These are 1 ohm stable. You also get the Kicker service. You can call Kicker anytime for tech support. Even they'll tell you how to build the box, give you the specs, whatever you need. And most of the product, when you open up, there's a big thing in there that says, hey, contact us first before you bring it to the shop or you send it back to Big Jeff Audio, because they want to diagnose it and take care of it for you. This is what we're talking about right now. 4 ohms, 300 watts times 1, 2 ohms, 600 watts times 1, and 1 ohm, 800 watts times 1. Let's take a look at Kicker themselves doing this dyno before we move forward.
This device, real simple. It lets you put an amplifier onto it and test it and see, does it actually produce the number of watts that the amplifier claims it does? So it's a real world test. So we're gonna have some fun today. We've got one of our new CXA 800.1 amplifiers that we're gonna put on the dyno. We're gonna run it through its paces at 14.4 volts, which is where we rate them, so that's where we're gonna test it at. And we'll show you power output into a 4 ohm load, a 2 ohm load, and the 1 ohm load that the amplifier is designed for. So as you can see, I've selected 4 ohms. If I haven't blocked the screen here, you can see I've selected 4 ohms as a test, and we're set up and ready to go. And in case you're wondering, this is track 4 off the SMD test disc, which has a 40 hertz test tone. And coming up here, it looks like getting close to the end of the test. Distortion lights off, and the 801 did 367 watts of power. Let's move on along and do a 2 ohm test. And here at the end of the 2 ohm run on the CXA 800.1, amplifiers developed 647 watts. Now let's reset the test and go back and do a 1 ohm load. And here we have the CXA 800.1 on a certified dyno run into a 1 ohm load at 14.4 volts and developed 1,038 watts. Okay, we're set up to do a 1 ohm dynamic power run on the CXA 800.1. Let's fire it up and see how she does. And here we have the Kicker CXA 800.1 under a dynamic burst test into 1 ohm, developed a whopping 1,407 watts. I would say that that amplifier doesn't just meet rated power, but exceeds it by quite a bit. You know, at Kicker, we always design our amplifiers to meet rated power, and of course those who know our brand really well know that we usually meet it and beat it by just a little bit, and I'd say here on the 800.1 we beat it by a lot of bit. So hopefully you've enjoyed this. Check out the new CXA 800.1 at your local Kicker dealer.
All right, we're back. So you can see the Kicker does its rating. It does its power. 25 to 200 hertz signal ratio, 95 dB. Let's open this thing up. Bam. So you automatically get this with every Kicker amplifier. It is a burst certificate. Basically, it tells you how many watts it put out, and it did 917. Obviously, that's going to be a peak rating. Oh no, excuse me, so I take that back. Total power output watts RMS 917. Total harmonic distortion test pass, signal noise ratio pass, protection circuit pass. And then there's a serial number. They actually track these from the moment of conception to get them to guys like us that are authorized sellers to when you register with you, all through that serial number. Also, like I said from the top, it does have this big stop sign telling you, and I'm gonna read it. Please do not return product to store. Kicker tech support can assist you. Call 1-800-256-KICK or support@kicker.com. This is also why you're paying a little bit more money. You're buying a BMW. They want to support you. They want to make sure everything is working right. I'm also going to take some other stuff out of the box. Close this up. Okay, so in there like normal, nothing special. You get an Allen wrench and some screws to mount this. I'm going to carefully open this. So if this particular model is shipped out, somebody's not like, oh, you're selling me used stuff. Nope, we're selling you something that was actually live on the video. I'm gonna turn around to my toolbox at my nice new location here, doing reviews and testing. Really, really cool. Okay, there you go. Big manual, and what we got here? Basically what we talked about. Let's see here. Rated amplifier power in watts and by volts. So they actually break it down, testing this at different voltage. I mean, that's how accurate Kicker is. That is incredible. In here it talks about mounting. Now, something I just learned. I'm not going to take it out. There's two little L clamps here. This amp is made to also mount that way, which I did not know. Why that way? Well, you got it next to the side of a box, or depending on your application, or if it's behind a seat, it actually has two mounting brackets to mount it this way, or you can mount it the standard this way. I just learned it. That's pretty cool. So they tell you how that works, taking out these two bolts on the side to put those mounts on there. Talk about RCAs, recommending using Kicker RCAs, obviously. Show you how to mount, wire this up in mono. Basic on positive and negative, how to do it. This has a protect and power light. And I'm just checking. You can add on, I almost believe. I'm gonna double check right here before I put my foot in my mouth. By the way, make sure you hit that like button. Really helps out. I know everybody doesn't like all my videos, but for you that do, thank you so much. I come in on the weekends, I pay staff overtime to make sure we can bring this type of stuff to you all. And I could just sit home and not worry about it. But to me, you all being involved in what I do has been a reason this company has grown so much, going on our 6th year. And having brands like Kicker should show you what type of company we are, because we're not an installation shop. We're an online company and a distributor. Now, we don't distribute Kicker, but for them to approve us online is a big deal. Okay. So, looks like you got a solid 4-gauge input, which is nice, even though it's 800 watts for your 12 volt and ground. Don't like the blade fuse type for the speakers, that I'll say, but people still use that. Obviously, it's 800 watts, you don't need thick wire. It does have a input for a remote bass knob. My guy, Ben Jammin, will leave a link to the bass knob in the description. If you want to buy that, they do sell it on the side. If you're going to use that, you can plug it right in. It has to be the approved Kicker bass knob. You have an input and output. What does that mean? You can go in this amp and out to another amp, which is really, really cool. All right, level input, high or low, gain, crossover, 50 hertz to 200 hertz, bass boost 0 to 6 dB. It's a nice small amp. Let's look at the specs on that before I get into the manual. I'm going a little backwards here. I got some new cool tools. Make sure it is zeroed out. Okay, it is zeroed out. So we are 6 6 inches and less than a quarter. So right at 6 inches that way. The amp itself is about 6.5. And then if you're going from the actual tabs, 8 inches. So 8 inches on the tabs, 6 inches and 6.5 on the end. So it's super small. Now, if you're going to use these other tabs I was telling you about, they're just going to mount it this way. It's going to be about the same. But I think that's really a cool idea. Okay, let's take a look at this manual, see what else we got, anything really important here. Recommended amp kit. The 800 calls for the PKD1. Actually, they're saying this is, no, I'm sorry, that's the 1800 watt. 4 gauge inputs, like I said, the PK4 or the CK4 is what they recommend. And also, you do a Kicker amp kit, which we sell. It gives you an extra year warranty for free. That's a huge deal. Okay, so nothing really major to go over. Let me see. Just showing you how to wire it up. Like I said, the mono using the first positive and the first negative, or excuse me, the second negative. Nothing out of the ordinary there. Okay, so really nothing crazy there. But you saw this thing do the power, it says. Yeah, it's over 200 bucks. It's not cheap. But you can get on the phone with Kicker at any time to get real tech support. We try to give tech support, but we're not installers. I don't have hired 30 installers. We have 30 people that read the specs and the descriptions and give you knowledge to help you find stuff, but never claim to be installers. So if you really want some serious information, you can contact Kicker directly. So this is 800 watts, actually does over 800 watts. These things are supposed to be built like tanks. They actually run these for hours before they even, to pass all the certifications. People don't realize that. Okay, so there's our Kicker amp. You've seen the dynoing from Kicker. You see the coal side legs. You know you can add a bass knob to this, and you know it's tiny. At BigJeffAudio.com, we'll have a link in the description. I hope you liked the video. If I didn't go deep enough, sorry. Leave your comments, good or bad. Just don't be a troll. Let me know what you'd like to see in the future. We're trying to step up more and more unboxings. They are a lot quicker to do. But also, I think you want to really see the product, not by just some perfect pictures, and learn about the specs and what it comes with. So, I'm Big Jeff from BigJeffAudio.com signing off.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe.